What's up guys, I'm Cars and Timmy, all a brand new video. Today I'm going to be comparing this 2009 Audi A5 and this 2016 Audi A4. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video. For sneak peeks, behind the scenes, short 1-minute reviews and much more. Remember to go follow my new Instagram and TikTok accounts, I promise you'll not regret it. So let's move on to the front of both of these cars. So as you can see from the front of these cars, they do look a little bit different, but not quite. You can see the difference between the grilling. As you can see, this one is a more type of sleek and new and modern grille design and shape. And this one is more of a classic Audi design. Since the A4 is the S-Line trim, you do have a nice splitter over here. But if you do opt out for the S-Line A5, you can also have the same splitter right over here. Both of these cars are pretty low on the ground and they both do have quite a low bumper, but they both look very nice. They both do have LED daytime running lights, and also they do have spot lights, which is also pretty nice to see. So let me show you how the lights look like on both of these cars. This is a normal daytime running lights. The park lights. The headlights. The brights. The spotlights. The indicators with the lights. and the indicators without the lights. So as you can see, those lights don't look too bad. This Audi A5 does have its daytime running lights out on that side, and also same with the Audi A4. It is out on this side. But remember, this is 7 years younger compared to this Audi A4. So this is a pre-facelift version of the Audi A5. I'll put up on the screen how a 2016 Audi A5 looks like. So as you can see, it does look quite similar to the Audi A4. Something that I do like about these cars is the nice body line on the bonnets. As you can see, those body lines does look pretty nice. It's very traditional Audi-like, and also they do go down onto the bumper, and it does match the shape of the grille, especially with this Audi A5. It's not quite the same with the Audi A4. So let's go over the specs of both of these cars. Let us start off with the Audi A4. This Audi A4 is the 2-litre TDI variant, so it does have a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine, which produces 148 brake horsepower, or 110 kilowatts. This car also produces 320 newton meters of torque. This car goes 0 to 100 kilometers in 8.9 seconds, and this car's top speed is 221 kilometers, or 137 miles. This car is front wheel drive, but there is a Quattro version available, just like the Audi A5, and this car weighs 1.5 tons, or to be more specific, 1,505 kilograms, or 3,300 pounds. This car is the most economical out of these two, as it averages about 4.8 liters per 100 kilometers on the city, and on the highway it can go as low as 2.6 liters per 100 kilometers. But remember, fuel economy is measured by the way you drive. So this car does come in 4 transmission types. Meanwhile, this one comes in 3 types of transmissions. This one comes in a 6-speed manual, 7-speed S-Tronic with a dual clutch DSG, 8-speed Tiptronic Auto, and also a CVT Multitronic. This one is the 7-speed Tiptronic dual clutch. It is the fastest out of these two. Finally, this car retails at $15,400 in America, 247,000 rand in South Africa, and in Europe 13,500 euros. So almost double the retail compared to the Audi A5. So which one is more worth the money? We will see right now. Let us see the specs of this Audi A5. There is a 2-litre TDI variant available just like this one, but this is a 2-litre TFSI. So it comes in a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, which produces 211 brake horsepower, or 157 kilowatts. So it is noticeably more powerful compared to this Audi A4. It also produces 350 newton meters of torque, which is quite interesting as this is a petrol and usually diesels are known for more torque. This car goes 0 to 100 kilometers in 6.7 seconds, and this car's top speed is 242 kilometers, or 150 miles. This car also comes in an all-wheel drive Quattro variant, but also it does come in a front-wheel drive version. This car does weigh much more compared to the Audi A4, as it also weighs 1.5 tons, but to be more specific, 1,575 kilograms, or 3,500 pounds. So this car, even though it's a coupe variant, it is much more heavy compared to sedan version. This car does drink almost double the amount of fuel compared to this car, as it would average about 9 liters per 100 kilometers on the city. Now the highway can go as low as 7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is quite interesting as it's only a 2-liter. This car comes in 3 types transmissions, a 6-speed manual as standard, 7-speed S-Tronic with a dual clutch DSG like this one, or a CVT Multitronic. this specific A5 is a 6-speed manual, so it is noticeably more fun to drive. So this is the back of both of these cars, and it has just started raining heavily again, which is quite nice because no shower is needed now. As you can see, both of these cars do have their daytime running lights on at the back, and they do look very nice. I have kept them running, and as you can see the exhausts. It's pretty nice. So let me show you how the lights look like on both of these cars. This is the normal daytime running lights. The tail lights. The fog lights. The brake lights with the lights. The indicators with the lights. The indicators without the lights. The brake lights without the lights. And finally the reverse lights. So as you can see, those lights don't look too bad at all. Both of these cars do have their rear parking sensors, but I did forget to mention that the A4 does have front parking sensors. As you can see, both these cars also do have a nice lip spoiler. The owner of this car over here, they did put some black spoilers and they did paint the grille nice and black. I prefer this black spoiler, but both these cars do look pretty nice with their lip spoilers. As you can see, you do get your 2-litre T A5 badging over here, and over here you do have your A4 TDI badging. Since this is the S-Line, you do have your piano black instead of matte black like this one over here. And also this one does look a little bit more sleek looking compared to this. So let me open up the boots of both of these cars. I will put on the screen the difference in boot sizes between the two. I need to unlock this car first. First boot is open. So as you can see, this is the difference in both of these boots. This one does have a bit more space in the boot compared to this one right over here. So both of these cars do have their spare wheels, wheel spanners, jack and everything you need in a car, which is also pretty nice to see. And also both of these cars, they do have some storage at the back. They also do have their triangles located right up here like BMWs, because it's a German car, so it's quite important to have a triangle. And also you do have some nice hooks, so you can hook up some things for them to not slide around. You do not have any cigarette lighters in the boots of both of these cars, so that is quite a turn down. But there is no problem if you do not need a cigarette lighter, because there is cigarette lighters inside the interior of both of these cars. So is the back as interesting as the interiors of both of these cars? Let us move on to the interiors of both of these Audis, and let's see which one is better out of these two, 2009 Audi A5 or 2016 Audi A4 S-Line. So finally I am sitting inside the car. So I'm gonna go over the interior of the A5 detailed, and then on the A4 quite briefly because they have the same interior. So as you can see, the interior of this car does look okay. So this is the center console of this car. As you can see, you do have your Audi MMI screen right over there with your hazard switch right next to it. You do have your 2 air conditioning vents right over there. Then you do have your Audi Symphony controls right over there, and even below that you do have your AC controls. So let me go over the AC controls of this car. As you can see, they are dual temperature, and also they are all automatic operated, and they do go up by 0.5 degrees. It is quite complicated but you will get used to it. But it is quite complicated to use, in my opinion, because if you want to change this fan speed, you press the fan button and then you use the scroll wheel. If you want to change the air circulation, you press the air circulation button and you use the wheel. But you do get used to it if it is your car. So let me go over the screen over here. As you can see, you do have your radio over here, which is your FM and AM. When you press media, as you can see, you do have your CD, which is your 6-drive CD, and aux. Yes, aux. A 2009 Audi A5 has aux, 2009. And a 2016 Audi A4 S-Line does not have aux. Yes, you heard it. The A4 does not have aux, 2016 car, but this one has Bluetooth telephone and aux, and it is 7 years younger. This is what I do not understand about this car, but there's no need to get frustrated about it. So then if you go to info, as you can see the recorded traffic reports. If you go to telephone, it is your Bluetooth telephone. If you press car, as you can see, you can see all the settings of your car, like the oil level, and you can adjust certain settings, as you can see. And then if you press setup, as you can see, it is how Audis work. So if you press radio, you press setup, it sets up the radio. Press media, then setup, it sets up the media, and etc, etc. Audis are very unique. So then this is the other part of the center console, and as you can see, you have a little cover. Open that cover, it does reveal a cigarette lighter and an ashtray. Then you do have your 6-speed manual gearbox right over here. Right next to it, you do have your automatic parking brake, and right below it, you do have your ESP off button and nothing else. So it is a bit different than the Audi A4. Further down we go, we have 2 cup holders, some storage right next to, and the further down we go, we have an armrest, and inside that armrest is an iPod little thing over there with the cigarette lights and your aux jack with a type of velcro lining or carpet in there. This thing has much more, this Audi A5 has much more features compared to the Audi A4, and it is 7 years younger and half the retail price. So this is the driver side of this car, and as you can see, you do have your nice analog dials right over there, which do look pretty nice in my opinion. Then you also do have your very nice type of little screen, and that screen does show quite a lot, and it does show all the faults of the car. So you can see if your external audio device is connected, you can see if the telephone is connected, and yeah, it does show quite nice stuff. It shows your mileage and also the temperature outside. So this is the stalks of this car. As you can see, they are quite traditional VW stalks. They do feel nice. As your indicator stalk, the other side does have its wiper stalk, and right below the indicator stalk is your cruise control stalk. This is the steering wheel of this car. It is a nice leather steering wheel with the dots over here for grip, and then you do have some buttons. This is mainly on this side to control the odometer, and on the other side to control the little screen or something. As you can see, in my opinion, the steering wheel does look a little bit like a Lamborghini steering wheel. It does look quite cool, like you're driving a Lamborghini. So then this is the other part of the driver's side, and as you can see, you do have a nice air conditioning vents. Right below it, you do have your automatic light switch over there with your spotlights and fog light switch, and you can also control the interior brightness. So then this is the door panel of this car, and as you can see, you have a little tweeter up there. Further down we go, we do have your handle, central locking, a nice little piece of trim. Further down we go, we have full electric windows for the front. You have some storage, and then even further down we go, we do have our boot opening switch. Then we also do have our cup holder, some storage, and also a nice speaker. This car also does have electric mirrors, if anyone's interested. So then this is the passenger side, and as you can see, you do have your AC vent right over there. You do have an Audi badge, which I will explain to you in a bit. Then you do have your cubby hole, and inside that cubby hole is nothing much. You can switch off the passenger airbag, and you do have some storage for parking tickets. So if it has an Audi logo, that means the front wheel drive variant. If it's a Quattro all-wheel drive, it would have the Quattro badging right over there. That's a cool little fact that I have figured out. So then, talking about the seats of this car, these are synthetic leather seats. As you can see, they are pretty nice and comfy, and they are manually operated. As you can see, it is one of my not very favorite type of manually operated, because it's with the little scroll wheel. If you want to put it at the back, as you can see, you need to scroll with this little wheel, which I'm struggling with at the moment. Yeah, I'm struggling. You can move the seat forward and backwards, and up and down. You don't have lumbar support and all that. It's the 2009 car, so it does have noticeably less features compared to its competitors, but it's still a nice car nevertheless. Now, talking about the quality, you do have a soft touch dashboard over here. It's not too soft, but it is there. Then you do have soft touch over here, over there, and yeah, then you do have your plastic mode down. The soft touch isn't as soft as its competitors, the Mercedes C-Class and the BMW 3 Series E92, because remember, this is from 2009. So then this is the little lights up here. As you can see, you have your amber lights over here. So as you can see, you do have your reading lights right below. This is amber. It would be quite cool if you do swap it out with a nice white LED light. Further down we go, we have our sunglass tray, and then we do have a mirror. It is automatic dimming, as you can see, which is quite cool. So then every passenger, so the passenger and driver do get mirrors, which is also pretty nice. These mirrors are quite cracked on the sun visors, and both do have a little slip where they can put pieces of paper, which is also pretty nice. Every passenger also does get a handle, except the rear passengers. So the driver and passenger does get a handle, which is also pretty nice to see. So you do have quite a lot of airbags in this car. And let me move on to the interior of the Audi A4, and let's see if it is really worth the double retail price. So this is the interior of this Audi A4, and I will go through it quite briefly because it is quite the same. I will only point out the key differences between it being the S-Line trim and the other non-S-Line trim. So let's begin with the center console of this car. As you can see, you do have your little screen over there, which is the same exact as the Audi A5. Then you do have your two air conditioning vents right over there. Right below that, you do have your radio controls, and right below that, you do have your climate controls. So it is the same exact radio system. Only difference is if I press media and I go to source, there is a CD, SD card, and an AMI little option over there. So that is a key difference. There is no aux jack. This is and then also this is the climate control. It is very different. If you press on the fan speed, it all works through this screen over there. There is no little screen of this over here. It works the same exact as I explained on the Audi A5. You press the fan to control the fan, you press the temperature to control the temperature, but this isn't dual temperature as the A5. This is all single temperature, as you can see. So then this is the other part of the center console. As you can see, it's the same exact with the cigarette lighter. You have your dual clutch DSG transmission right over there with your parking brake. Right below that, you have traction control off button, parking sensors button, and you can also switch off auto start and stop. Then further down we go, we have the same exact as the A5, which is a 2-cup holder, some storage, and an armrest. And then inside that armrest is nothing. You only do have your cigarette lighter, but you do have a little cover where your aux jack is supposed to be. So that is quite interesting. So then this is the odometer of this car, the driver's side, and as you can see, it's the same exact as the A5, so there's nothing to go over. Only difference is that it can go to 280. So then this is a stalks, is the same exact as the A5. They just look a little bit more sleek. And this is the steering wheel. It is different because it's the S-Line, so it is like a Napa leather steering wheel. It's not the dots. You also do have your paddle shifters, so that is quite different. And you also do have your piano black trims with your piano black trims on the buttons. So then this is the other part, and as you can see, you do have your AC vent right over there. Further down we go, we have the same exact switch as the A5. Only difference is that this car does have a piano black trim instead of that chromish trim. This is a door panel of this car, same exact door panel. You have your tweeter up there, you have your handle, central locking, and then further down we go, full electric windows, electric mirrors. Even further down we go, we can open the boot. We have a speaker and some storage and a cup holder. Then this is the passenger side, and as you can see, we do have an AC vent, and then we have a cubby hole. Inside that cubby hole, it is very different because you do have your Audi music interface right over there. So that is pretty cool, and you can also switch off the passenger airbag through there. So then talking about the seats of this car, same exact manually operated seats, but this one actually works because look, this is how we can move it forward and backwards. Forward and backwards, forward, up and down. So then talking about the quality, same exact quality as the Audi A5, soft touch dash, soft touch here. It could be softer. It is not as soft as its competitor, which is the the F33 series and the newer C class. Nothing compared to the C class and the F33 series. It is quite dated. So then this is the light up here, same exact light, nothing to go over, same exact mirror, and then the only difference is with the sun visors of this car. It doesn't have that slip. As you can see, the driver and passenger does get mirrors, so that is quite nice to see. Same thing is with the handles. The driver and passenger does have the mirrors, or passengers does have a handle. So this, I'm going to put up on the screen how much airbags this car has. So as you can see, it does have quite a good amount of airbags. So let me move on to the back of this car. So this is the back of this Audi A4, and as you can see, it is quite different compared to the A5. Just remember, you can get an A5 with 4 doors. So this is the center console of this car. As you can see, you do not have an air conditioning vent. You do have your storage up and down over there. Further down we go, we have your cigarette lights and an ashtray. Then this is the other part of the center console. You do have the same exact armrest, and this time we do not have cup holders on this car. As I'll show you in a bit, this is the back of the seat. There is no netting to be found at the back of the seats. So then this is the door panel of this car for the rear passengers, and as you can see, you do have a handle, a tweeter. Further down we go, we do have our switch, and then even further down we go, we do have our storage and a speaker. There is basically no cup holder for the rear passengers. Talking about the quality back here, this is not soft at all, but you can feel there's a soft touch material, but it's not soft at all. This car is quite basic compared to its competitors. So then this is the roof of this car. As you can see, you do have your little light exactly like the Audi A5, and you also do have your handles right over here. So that is quite nice. This is the carpet quality of this car. It also isn't bad at all. It's actually quite lovely. So this is the back of this Audi A5, and as you can see, this is where the difference is between the A4 and A5. But just remember, you can get a 4-door variant of the A5, but this is the 2-door. As you can see, you have your 2 air conditioning vents right over there. You do have your little pieces of storage over here, an ashtray, and also cigarette lights over there. You also do have an armrest right over here, but it doesn't have a cup holder. But you don't need a cup holder because there is a cup holder right over here. As you can see, you have a tweeter right over there, a nice speaker over there, your little piece of trim right over here, and yeah, you also do have a nice light over here. And legroom is pretty nice. I'm not feeling too tight at the back over here. So this is the side of this Audi A5, and as you can see, this is where the key difference is between the A4 and the A5. Something nice is that the A5 does come in a 2-door variant or a 4-door variant if you are willing to have 4 doors on an A5. So this is why I'm doing the comparison if you are looking for the 4-door variant of the A5. So as you can see, the 2-door variant does look much more sportier. You can also get the convertible variant just like the 4 Series. In my opinion, the 4 Series does look better, but taste varies. Let's begin with the brakes and tires. This car also does have 18-inch alloy mags with discs on the front and on the back, just like on the A4. They're both low profile mags, and this one is painted in black, which does make the car look very sporty. You do have your color coded mirrors over here with your indicators located on the mirror, and also you do have your nice chrome strip over here. So remember, this car was out when it was the previous generation of the C-Class and the E92 3 Series. So this car does go on par with the looks of those two cars. But if you do compare the more modern Audi A5, which is the facelift, I would say the 4 Series or the C-Class Coupe does look a little bit better. As you can see, you do have your keyless go feature over here. So it is a future, and also you do have your very sleek looking antenna right over there. And as you can see, it does look very sleek looking, especially with your spoiler over here and this body line that flows right around over here. You also do have a nice side skirt over here, which does make this car even lower, but does make it look much more sportier. And this car does sit quite good. The wheels do fit the wheel arch quite nicely. Also do have your tinted smash and grab windows right over here. So this is the side of this Audi A4, and in my opinion it does look much more sleeker compared to the A5. But just remember, you can get an A5 with the 4-door variant. But I do prefer how this A4 looks like over the A5, just because of all the body lines located right over here, and also because of the piano black right over here. Since it's the S-Line, you do have the piano black trim right over here, and of course your piano black mirror caps. So the brakes and tires of this car is exactly the same as the A5. It is 18-inch low profile with discs at the back and at the front. You also do have your S-Line badging right over here, which does make the car look much more better, just like the M Sport package of the BMWs and also AMG line. So the handles are exactly the same with this car. You also do have your tinted smash and grab windows and the hidden antenna, so you can't see the antenna of this car. Also, the spoiler of this car also does look quite sleek. It matches the body line right over here. You also do have a very nice piano black side skirt right over there, which just transformed the look of this car in my opinion. So finally, here comes the main question: which one should you choose? Well, these two cars are for complete different persons, but in my opinion the A5 is much more worth it because it is like half the price of this car. But if you do want a nice 4-door car, then you can go for the A5 4-door, or you can get the Audi A4. But the A5 is a bit more unique than the Audi A4, and it does have a little bit more features like the aux jack, like I showed you in the interior. So I'm going to put the Young Car Wiz score on the screen so you can see the scores that I gave both of these cars. So since I have recorded this video in 2021, I have still put it up in the 2021 Young Car Wiz scores, but I am reviewing a Ford Ranger in the next video, and that will be the last car of 2021, and then I will do a recap of which is the best car I reviewed. So for the daily scores, I gave the Audi A5 7 for features, 7 for comfort, 6 for quality, 9 for practicality, and 9 for value, which brings a total of 38 out of 50 for the daily scores. Now for the Audi A4 S-Line, I gave it 6 for features, 7 for comfort, 6 for quality, 9 for practicality, and 6 for value, which means a total of 34 out of 50 for the daily scores. Now for the weekend scores, I gave the Audi A5 7 for styling, 5 for acceleration, 8 for handling, 7 for fun factor, and 7 for cool factor, which means a total of 34 out of 50 for the weekend scores. So the Young Car Wiz score for the Audi A5 2-litre TFSI is 72 out of 100, and then for the Audi A4 S-Line is 8 for styling, 4 for acceleration, 8 for handling, 5 for fun factor, and 5 for cool factor, which means a total of 33 out of 50 for the weekend scores. So the Young Car Wiz score for the Audi A4 S-Line is 67 out of 100. So the Audi A5 did do marginally better than the Audi A4 S-Line. So if you have stayed to this far, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to smash the subscribe button, like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upcoming video like this. What's your thoughts on both these cars, and which one would you choose? Please let me know down in the comment section below. So have a great day as always, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.